And so I recommend getting on Skype, doing conferencing, getting on the phone. But you don't just get on the phone to chat, you do need structure, and that's what we're going to talk about. So some tips and guidelines. First of all, set, communicate, and stick to time frame. When my success has been made up of a gazillion little failures. I used to get on the phone and I really want to help you. So, okay, so what are you doing? And then our conversations would be like hour-long conversations where I don't think that we accomplished anything. But now I say, okay, girl, we've got 30 minutes and this is what we're doing. Whatever that goal is. So I have a goal I have a coach who has asked me to help her get to 2-star. Next week, I said, okay, we're going to set this time. We're going to talk for 30 minutes. I'm going to think about some stuff. I want you to email me. Tell me what you're doing in your business right now that's working for you. What's not working for you. We're going to talk for 30 minutes and we're going to come up with an action plan. I'm boom, boom, boom. I don't have time to waste, and I'm friendly, but I'm not everyone's best friend. And that's not my job. My job is to be a coach. Your job is to be a coach. So we agree on the purpose of the call. I listen. My mistake in the past was that I talked too much because I know a lot, right? I think I know a lot. And so I feel like I have to give a prescription. This is what you should do. And this is what you should do. But a lot of times when people are speaking, they're saying what they're not saying. And so your job is to sort of be like a detective and say, what are they really saying? So really become a good listener. And how do you become a good listener? The same way that you become a leader. It's learned in the trenches. I didn't become a good listener instantly. I've become one because I'm listening to what they're saying so that afterwards I can say, you know what? It sounds like you're saying this to me, and this is what I think. And then how do you end each call? So instead of just saying like, okay, well that was a great call, I actually say, okay, so what did we discuss? So what are we going to do for the next time? What's your homework? And sometimes I just make stuff up, right? Or together, it's the truth, or together we come up with an action plan. Okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. And then I write it down on my calendar when we're going to talk, and then I follow up next week. If the coach has not done the work for next week, do I get on the phone and I talk to them? No. Did I used to get on the phone and talk to them? Yes. Again, you guys, I've become the person that I am because of trial and error, because I've wasted so much time, because I've been burnt out. And now I can give you these tips and tell you, set guidelines, be clear with your boundaries, say what you want. And you know, you might be asking yourself right now, do I have something to offer? Because I'm a new coach. Yes, you do. You're here. You're learning something. And you've got these tools that you can take back to your team. And you're going to get better and better. So I'm going to hurry up and do one last point, which is text messaging. And I'm going to have to get really close to read what it is that I wrote in that text message. And it was actually a text message to Rosa. What does it say? Can someone read it to me? And girl, wait, I'm going to get down there and like read it. Hold on. Because you got to read it in my voice. Okay, this was with Rosa. And girl, it's going to multiply over and over again. It's possible to be making $10K a month for you in the next year. I didn't start off building a biz, but you did. What? Seriously? That's only $2,500 a week, and you're already making $600. She's like, only $2,500 a week, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. Yeah, that's just out of what, that's just
4 times.
4 times of what you're already doing. I was writing that message when I was on the bicycle, you guys. And that's probably why I love text messaging. Because it allows me to encourage my coaches just on the fly. And how many of you text message? Everybody, almost everybody. So it feels really personal. It not like email, kind of serious. But again, I set boundaries, okay? And my boundaries are, I know, go back one. Hurry, Barbie. Oh yeah. You determine your hours of operation. Someone asked me that. If somebody texts me on Sunday, I just don't respond. I respond on Monday and say, hey girl, I got, I'm always like, hey girl, I got your message. I only respond Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Remember that you set the tone of the texting relationship. If somebody's telling me, like, it just depends. I mean, this is where it gets a little bit slippery. You know, I don't want to hear about, sometimes I don't mind hearing about people's like problems and stuff, but it just depends. But if you don't want to engage into every detail of that person's food diary, you don't have to. You set the tone for the relationship, okay? Because I have a lot of coaches and people are not blowing up my phone. It's because of what I've decided that I want that relationship to be. And finally, text messaging is best for just giving encouragement. Congratulations, girl, you made it to 6-star. That's so awesome. I'm so proud of you. Another message might be like, I haven't seen you around. Where the hell have you been? I don't know if you're in here, Leia. Leia was a 3-star. I just told her, very quick message, get to 5-star, hurry. She did it, you know? So, and I love it, because really I do cardio on like bicycle and stuff, in addition to my Beachbody workout. And so that's the time that like time passes by quickly and I get to be an awesome coach, you know? So in a nutshell, what did I say? Use different forms of accountability, whatever works for you, but you have to have the courage to get out of yourself and be a leader. And a leader doesn't have to be this grandiose thing, standing on a stage, professing. You could be doing your cardio leading. You could be just sending a word of encouragement, having a Skype call, following some of the guidelines that we've spoken about. Now, Becky, the queen of hosting events, is going to talk to us about
events. And how you step up as a leader to host events. So why are events important? Well, that's right.
Thank you, Barbie Decker.
Thank you, Barbie. Okay, so I love events, and my team, we love events. And this is how we built a really big network in South Florida, was through the one-on-one interaction in events. You get the Beachbody experience, just like the energy that you feel here, not on such a grand scale, but the feeling of being with other people who are on the same mission as you. That's what propels your business forward. You guys can bounce ideas off each other, you build friendships. I have, besides my team, Liz Point and Mo, they're girls that I met in the early stages of our events. We've been together ever since. They're actually on Barbie's team. And we would have never met if we would have never taken that step to host events together. Corporate trainings are super important. If you can get to one, do it. For me, I did it obviously in the really early stages of my business, drove to Orlando, and I got to see like Julie Schulte and Jeffrey Armbruster and hear their stories. And I said to myself that day, even though I'm super shy, I'm gonna be talking on stage one day. And that was 4 months in, so, and yes, it terrifies me, but I'm here. So the types of events that you can get involved with, shake and shares, home parties, that's how my sister and I gained traction in our business from day one. Super Saturdays, remember there's one next week. Corporate-led trainings and fit clubs. Even fit clubs, I've never really done a fit club, but I have done small workouts at home, and actually that's worked out for me too. You get to introduce the products, you taste Shakeology, talk about this, how it all intertwines, but it's the personal touch, and that's what the events are about. So, shake and shares. Oh, sorry. Why isn't it going back? Okay. I I think this is going to be in the back office.
I was going to say, you know what? We can get you the slides, so don't obsess
Yeah.
about getting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be in the back office.
We'll make it.
Okay, so the shake and share, which we used to call the Shakeology Home Party. My sister and I, Christina, we hosted our first within 3 months of signing up as coaches. We just felt that we needed to get in front of people. A lot of people in Miami had never heard of Shakeology, didn't know what we were talking about, so we just did it. We had no clue what we were doing. We tried to find, some kind of schedule or some kind of agenda, but we couldn't find it. So we just made up our own thing. We had people over, we just mingled, and it was light and just entertaining, and we had the products there. We got to share our stories. That's the main thing with the home parties, is sharing your story. People want to hear, they want to see the passion, they want to see the tears. We're good at that. We're really good at that.
Because it's real.
Because it's real, and they feel that. And that Shakeology home party for us was vital. We gained traction. Some of the women that attended that party, they're actually here. They've been with us since day one, and they're our veteran coaches. They believed in us, we believed in them, and it took off from there, really. And what we did was build a system that is duplicable. It's easy, it doesn't cost a lot of money. All you need is a blender and a TV and some chairs. That's it. Just do it. If you're not ready, team up with someone, like I did with my sister. And some of our coaches do the same. They host them together. But right then and there, you're sharing, you're inviting. You can make some quick sales right then and there. And people take away this personal feeling like, wow, this really works. And that's what you need. You need to share, but truly, genuinely. It's the personal touch again. Very important. Now, Super Saturdays. These are our favorite. We actually did ours. It was in my family room. I thought it was only going to be my team, and I did not realize that my address and phone number was on the Beachbody website. And like 35 people showed up and jammed my family room, and it was awesome. It was awesome. We had the best time. It was just the energy, and everyone was so friendly. And these are some like Liz and Mom. We're still together. We still host events together. And a lot of the guests, our friends that were attended, are also coaches on our team now, successful coaches. Don't forget that Super Saturdays could be the aha moment for someone. First impressions are important. Be friendly. If you're a host, pay attention to everyone. Say hi to everyone. You never know that the next superstar diamond is sitting there as a guest and you treated them poorly and now they're turned off.
And you've heard stories.
And I've heard stories. Coaches on my team that aren't in Miami have gone to other events and they got a bad taste in their mouth. And we're pushing them to go and they're like, I don't want to go again. That's not what Super Saturdays are about. We're a team, regardless of who your upline is. We are a team, and we need to support each other, regardless of what everyone's goals are. So if you're hosting one, and you should be, if you're a leader, you need to do it, just be friendly to your guests.